In my spare time, what I do for fun is I follow professional housekeepers over on TikTok. I will link them all down below. I have learned so much, and I'm going to share with you some common mistakes that I've been making that you may be making as well. The first one is not just a cleaning mistake, but also a public service announcement. Because by this point, I'm sure we all have our emotional support water bottles. But are you properly, thoroughly cleaning out every single part, every component, especially on the lid? There's little hidden rubber pieces that need to be fully removed and sanitized and cleaned. Otherwise, there is going to be hidden mold in your water bottle, and that could affect your health. So go through and make sure you are removing and thoroughly cleaning every part. I like to soak it in hydrogen peroxide for about 10 minutes and then run it through the dishwasher. You could also put it in a 50% water, 50% distilled white vinegar solution. Another thing you may be neglecting to clean are your dish brushes. I feel like at this point, most of us have moved on from sponges. We know that they harbor a lot of bacteria. So I use a dish brush, but this needs to be thoroughly sanitized as well, regularly. So what I do is I soak it in hydrogen peroxide for about 10 minutes, and then you want to fully let it air dry. And I put it on the stone tray that's next to my sink, so it's fully drying in between uses. Another thing you can do is just run your dish brush through your washing machine every single time, because you don't want to be using a dirty, bacteria-laden brush to clean your dishes. Another common mistake when it comes to your dishes is letting them soak, letting them sit, because, oh, I'll get to it later, it's loosening the debris. Unfortunately, letting your dishes soak is just growing some bacteria, and really a lot of us just do it because we're lazy. We'll get to it later. But instead, what I recommend, get your scraper, your handy dish scraper. I've been using this for years, and you can scrape off anything immediately and clean, or at least load your dishes in the dishwasher immediately instead of letting it soak. The next mistake genuinely shocked me, and that is making your bed right away. You are apparently not supposed to do this because it traps in moisture and heat, which the little dust mites love. So it's better to let your bed air out for at least 30 minutes before making it. Or what I've been doing since hearing this is I'll just fold over my cover. So I'll leave it nice and open so it can air out, but it still looks nice and looks made. A huge cleaning mistake you may be making is not cleaning the stem of your bananas. Now, I shared this a couple years ago. I need to say it again because it's fruit fly season. This is the #1 source of fruit flies in the home. The fruit fly eggs live in the stems of your bananas, and that's how they're getting in your house and then causing an infestation. So make sure when you get your bananas, you remove and clean off the stem area. Next, a lot of us are ignoring the sink and drain disposal. So we're cleaning our sink, but not really getting down in there into the disposal. And that's where the grosses build up. And if there's any smell, it's coming from the disposal. So we need to take care of it. So the easiest way to do this, step 1, is to put ice cubes and coarse salt in the disposal and run it. The ice will knock out any loose debris that's stuck in there, and the salt will act like a scrub. Then I will squirt in my dish soap and pour a full kettle of boiling water in there, and that will help just clean everything out, make it nice and fresh again. Another big mistake is overlooking or not properly cleaning your window sills, because when you then open the window, all of the dust and dirt and allergens that are there, the wind will blow them into your home, and it's a big source of allergens in the home. So they make these little special brushes, or you can use an old toothbrush, and make sure at least every season you are cleaning your windowsills. They are usually disgusting and caked with dirt. Now let's talk about some vacuuming and mopping mistakes you may be making. The first being vacuuming too fast. And I get it. We want to get it over with. We're just zipping through the house as fast as we can to get it done. However, it is so much more effective if you not only slow down, think about going half the speed, but also you want to go in a cross hatch pattern. So you want to go north to south and then east to west over the same area. And that's because dirt and debris gets trapped in the fibers of your rugs or carpet. And that's how you effectively are actually going to get all of the dirt out. The other couple of things, you want to make sure that every time you're vacuuming, you have an empty canister. That will allow full suction power. You don't want to use your vacuum when it's already half full of dirt from the last time. And you want to make sure you are rinsing off the filter. You don't have to do that between every use, but at least every couple of weeks, take the little washable filter component out and rinse it out in your sink so that is clean. And this will give you more suction, more power in your vacuum so it can work better. Now, the two biggest mopping mistakes you may be making is getting your floors too wet and using too much cleaning solution. So you want a diluted solution of 1 ounce of cleaning product for every gallon of water. So less than you think. And you also don't want your floors too wet because that's going to lead to streaking and potentially even warping of your floorboards. So less water is better. And one professional housekeeper that I saw said that flat mops are superior to string mops. String mops tend to just push the dirt and debris around your floors, whereas flat mops can collect and trap and clean it better. I use a mop vac, which is a flat mop, and it disperses just the perfect amount of water. It cleans itself. Like, to me, this just makes my life a lot easier. And just like you don't want to get your floors too wet when mopping, you also don't want to get your surfaces too wet when cleaning. You don't need to oversaturate your cleaning product. It's just wasteful and it's not really helping. You only need 1 to 2 sprays per few feet of surface area. Most of us do overspray. It's just wasting product and wasting money. Another thing when it comes to cleaning products, a lot of us are over disinfecting our homes. Not everything needs to be disinfected. There's a difference between disinfecting and cleaning. And the vast majority of surfaces, just cleaning is enough. And if you're over disinfecting, you may be altering the microbiome of your home, and it could actually lead to increased sensitivity of allergens, asthma triggers, and even skin issues because your immune system doesn't get a chance to build up its normal resilience that it needs. A couple common laundry mistakes. If there's ever a stain, the main thing you need to remember is don't let it dry. Keep that stain moist, but just saturate it with either water and dish soap or use a stain spray. Keep it moist and it will help prevent the stain from setting. And if you wash it and the stain is still there, don't dry it. If you dry it, it will set the stain. Also, make sure you are not doing your laundry during peak hours. Look up in your city what peak electricity hours are and do it off peak hours. And also make sure you are not overstuffing your washing machine. 2/3 full is where you want to be. If it's overstuffed, your machine is not able to agitate enough and fully wash your clothes. Another couple big ones that a lot of people are neglecting to clean often enough is your coffee machine. You really want to make sure you are regularly, at least once a season, running it through with 1 cycle of distilled white vinegar and then 2 to 3 more cycles with just plain water to flush out the vinegar. That's going to help demineralize the machine and clean it out. So your coffee's gonna taste better, more fresh, less bitter. Next mistake is not letting your toilet brush dry. Just like I talked about with the dish brush, you also want to have that same treatment with your toilet brush and just put it in between the toilet lid. Let it air dry before you put it back. Otherwise, you're just putting it back into a bacteria soup. And just like you need to be cleaning your vacuum filter regularly, you need to clean your dishwasher filter regularly to keep it working optimally. When was the last time you cleaned yours? Maybe do it today. And last but not least, you may be forgetting to clean the tops of things. And I will admit, I just forget it exists if I can't see it with the naked eye. So specifically the top of appliances, the top of door frames, the top of your ceiling fan blades. Make sure you are dusting those often enough. So those are some of the biggest cleaning mistakes according to professional housekeepers. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe and please share and save it. And I will see you soon with another video.